Chicago and Rogers Park. How we doing this morning out there? It's a gorgeous day. Sun is shining. It's not too windy. It's a great 2 days after Thanksgiving. You should be up and moving around now, folks. Go on, take a stretch, and listen to Live from the Heartland. I'm your host, Katy Hogan, and as usual, we're talking to folks doing good things, arts, good works, organizing, whatever we can here in the neighborhood and beyond, and hoping that you get inspired to go out and catch a show or take part in an event or begin to do your own political work if you haven't already. This is the time to do it in America. I'm going to start by playing a little bit of the music that goes with these folks, but first I'll let you know that we're going to hear from a couple people. One group who is doing a coats and clean clothes roundup at the Heartland Cafe 2 weeks from now for the Pine Ridge Reservation residents. We'll be talking later with our friend Vlaiko from that group, and we're going to start out though with at least one very familiar face and one slightly newer but still familiar face. Both Julia Ray, and Jonathan Meyer, who are going to talk about an upcoming show that they are performing at Lynx Hall. So, Julia, hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
It's nice to have you on the show.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
And Jonathan, welcome.
Thank you. Good morning. Good to be here.
Jonathan Meyer and Julia Ray Antonick, who you've been dancing together and performing together for a while now.
Yeah, we've been working together pretty intensively for a year now about.
Mm-hmm.
We had a show together in May back at around the Coyote Gallery in Wicker Park. And we've done a couple shows. We did a couple shows in November. And then this is our next installment.
Yeah, I saw that it on the website last night. I saw that it's number 4.
Number 4.
Right.
Project number 4.
Okay. And your accompaniment, at least this time and maybe a couple times before, is another familiar guy who's running around. If we were on the stage at the Heartland, we could wave, "Hi, Joe." So we'll say, "Hi, Joe." Joe St. Charles, who is a familiar face to Heartland customers because he has worked at the Heartland for so long.
Yep.
And he's such a character. He even made it on our bit on Check Please. Actually, he was the star.
He was the savior.
He was the savior, exactly. Yeah, for those of you who never saw our installment on Check Please, Steve Wilkos, who now has his own show, beating up people who have terrible life stories. He was one of the guests who came to the Heartland to eat and check us out, and he was pre-positioned to not really like what we had to offer, and Joe St. Charles saved the day.
With his cute little redhead.
Yeah. So any of you out there knowing that cute little redhead who waits on you, especially in the mornings,
he's a brilliant musician as well.
He is, in fact, a brilliant musician, crazy man artist. I remember the first show that I was aware of him, he just was looking for typewriters like mad. Oh, wow. I said, "You are a real artist." So if and when Susan's ready, we'll do a little bit of the music. Okay, we're going to hit it. We're going to hear some of Joe's music, and then we're going to talk about Catchery, which is the name of our guests in their performance. That's definitely dance to it music, isn't it?
Yeah, we can wiggle to that.
Yeah, definitely.
How does it happen? Do you guys do this? Does he create the music to your moves or vice versa?
We really kind of work together. I mean, we'll hang out and have Joe come up with some stuff, and we'll listen to it and be like, "Oh yeah, that'll work really well in this section." And, maybe, could you bring in a little bit more drum here or something? And then he'll come and watch us in the studio and get some ideas and play around.
Yeah, so we're creating in tandem. You know, he's not creating for our dance, and we're not making up moves to the sound of his. We'll pick out, you know, sounds at his house sometimes, have him go through his instruments and figure out different things, and then it's just like picking out a color for your, you know, for your couch or something, and we're like, oh, that's great. Let's start with that, and then we'll build on top of there.
Yeah, like picking out a color for your couch. Interesting. For someone who's never bought a couch.
Yeah.
Well, that's the best kind of collaborative art making,
Yeah,
I would
fun.
think. All right, so now I'm going to ask you first, Jonathan. How long have you been doing this dance gig, and what's your whole orientation? And not, you know, personal, but I mean, you know, towards the art and you know, what sort of kind of do you feel you're saying with it, that sort of thing? Go crazy.
Big questions.
I know. One at a time, I guess.
You know, I've been dancing since, I guess, 1990. When I first got to college, Oberlin College, I started dancing there. Been dancing ever since. So for quite a while now. I started the company. I started Catchery out in New Mexico, out in Taos, back in 2002. So that's been going a while. And then I moved everything here in 2006. So I've been here.
Wait 1
2.5
second.
years.
Taos.
Taos.
And is Catchery Indian related?
Indian, yes, but Sanskrit actually.
Oh, right. It's
Yeah.
Sanskrit for...
It means dancing in the abyss. It's a word from Shaivite philosophy describing the act of creation.
Hokey smokes.
Yeah.
No lightweight, are you? All right.
No.
Taos is one of the special places in the world.
Yeah, great place.
We in Chicago dream of Taos, but we like our place.
Yeah, well, and it brought me here. You know, Chicago is there's a lot more going on for dance, that's for sure. I mean, Taos is beautiful, but it's very small.
Absolutely.
Small place.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and you know, it's just important for me to keep making the work and putting it out there, and that was challenging to do in Taos, and it's been really great to do that here. Chicago's a great community.
Yeah. Well, I could get back to that later. And Julia, I know you longer as a fellow tribe member at the Heartland, and only after you started working at the Heartland did I realize you had this bent. And do you also teach yoga?
I do teach yoga.
That's what I thought. Yeah. All right. So how did you find Jonathan, or vice versa? And what was your dancing? How far along were your dancing going before you met Jonathan?